Hey everybody, welcome into Rock Painting 101. Today's video isn't quite a tutorial. I just want to talk about something that is a big part of the rock painting community, and that is hashtagging rocks. Now I'm super guilty of not hashtagging any of my rocks really until recently, just because I hide them around. I expect whoever finds them, they can keep them, they can rehide them, maybe they'll paint a new one and put it in its place. As long as I'm bringing joy, that's all that matters to me. However, I traveled so much already this summer and I'm planning to travel more, and you know what? I just want to see how far my rocks can go. So I'm going to start hashtagging my rocks. So I did want to talk a little bit about why to hashtag your rocks, what to do if you find a hashtagged rock, and how to find tags to use on your rocks. So first things first, simply a hashtag can go, you got your front side of your rock that's painted, on the back side, you just put something on there. So I don't want to write rock painting 1,000 times. I paint a lot of rocks. I also paint small rocks, so the hashtag RP101 is perfect for me. And so I'm going to put them on all of my rocks when I leave them around town. So I just use my 1M Black Posca. I always do, I have the rock already painted. Just flip over the back side and write on there just like you're using a pen. Just like so, okay? That's simple. It doesn't take you very long at all. It's one extra step, and you know what? You might just catch that perfect little kid that found your rock and smiling with it. And you might see, like, maybe it goes all the way to another continent. You never know. People pick them up and they will drop them in all sorts of places. So that's another, that just dives right into our next thing, like why hashtag your rocks. You know, you can see how far they go. You can see, you know, the joy it brings somebody. Maybe there's like a special story that it touched somebody in a really important way and they'd love to share that with you, but they don't have a way to share it with you if there's no way for them to figure out who left this wonderful rock around. And then the last thing I want to talk about is finding a hashtag. Now, I obviously have my own personal hashtag that I will be using. You could make a personal one for you that's just based off of your name or a nickname you've had or a special series of numbers or letters, whatever you want it to be. One thing you might want to do first is go on Instagram or Facebook and search out that hashtag. Make sure that it's not something 1,000 other people are already posting on, because it'll be hard for you to keep up with your tag in that way. So I looked this up and it's pretty crickets. So 99.9% of the posts on them will be people either finding the rocks, or I might post when I leave the rock, maybe a hint of where it's at. So if you want to go follow the hashtag over on Instagram, you can do that. Another way that you can find a hashtag, there are so many Facebook groups for rock hunting and hiding communities. The very first group I was part of was when I lived in Kentucky, and it was called Elizabethtown Rocks. Now, so a lot of these groups in the description will have a hashtag that the group itself uses. I started a little feed and there were so many people that responded to that, and the only one I can think of off the top of my head is 719 Rocks. They do 719 Rocks ! And you can find them on Facebook and Instagram and things like that. So everybody in that group, they use that hashtag. Even if they're gonna hide the rock in Canada, they still have that hashtag, so it comes back to the group and people post like where their rocks have traveled. So if you don't have a tag yet and you wanna find a group tag, you can search Facebook, like group names are often area codes rocks, or the name of your city rocks, or rocks of so-and-so. But if you put in your city name and then the word rocks into Facebook, most likely you're going to find one. If they're not using a hashtag yet, maybe suggest one. Maybe it's something the group would really benefit from. It really helps grow the groups, because if you're hiding rocks around town, sure, a lot of people are probably finding them, but they have no idea that they can be, you know, searched back to a Facebook group where then they can join in the fun. Maybe then they'll join the group and paint rocks and see this whole kindness and spreading kindness just grows and grows and grows. So I hope this was a little bit helpful for you. I know it's not a tutorial, but it's just something that I thought maybe there are a few people out there just kind of they have some questions, and hopefully I've answered them. If you have any more questions about hashtagging rocks and things like that, you can leave them in the comments below. I know some people actually print out sheets of paper with their hashtag with some simple instructions of what to do if they find the rock, and then they Mod Podge that on there before they paint and seal the rock, then they seal the whole thing. So that's another option you can do as well. I even had somebody comment in our group that they had a stamp made for their actual rock painting group, which is pretty awesome. That's a pretty active and amazing rock painting group. So if anybody again has questions, leave them below, and I'll be back with another tutorial. You can just roll right into a tutorial after this. Bye-bye.